We're on. We're live.
Have we got a sports fucking... Are you ready or what? He's got Young Guns website up.
No, I don't need a sports website up.
Is Young Guns sponsoring this podcast? Get it off then.
Oh, fuck, thanks. Alright, anywho. 3, 2, 1. Bang. Wow, here we are. Finally, the 3-Cap podcast. Oh my goodness. My name is Chief. I'm here with my two co-hosts. To my right, we got the former under-20s Gold Coast Titans spine member, absolute superstar. We got fucking Skip over here. I just swore. We got Skip over here. And to my left, we got the former 2013 under-15s best and fairest, Brybion Warrigal. Thanks for joining me, guys. It's finally up and running. So that's that quick little intro. We're going to rip straight into Origin fucking 1 because I've got a lot to get off my chest here. I might actually throw it over to you first there, Coach. Thoughts on Origin 1?
I thought the Blues choked it.
Pathetic, first of all.
It's very pathetic. They had a chance there to take it 1-0 lead at Sydney at home, and they've absolutely blown it. Haven't been at Sydney for 18 months. They played all 3 games last year in Queensland, and they've absolutely choked it. Tarek Sims, bad choice.
Yeah, I was going to say, thoughts on the lineup?
Tarek Sims, bad choice. I did think Jack Wyden was going to be a bad choice. He actually played the best. And I think
actually talked a lot of fucking shit about...
Jack Wyden, my man of the match.
Yeah, my guy Jack. I know you're watching, Jack Wyden. I'm sorry. I was doing a lot of this.
And
wrapped.
I think it's a bad choice that they started Liam Martin. If Cameron Murray was starting instead of Liam Martin, they would have scored pretty much straight away. Liam Martin dropped the ball in inside the first minute or two, right near the try line. But yeah, some bad decisions there by Freddie.
Freddie Fittler, choke job. I'm sick of it. It was pathetic. Hang on. Okay, so where's Adokar? Oh my god, pathetic. Tarek Sims, pathetic. Damien Cook, right selection, but he just played pathetic. Cookie, you're an idiot. Who else? Pathetic. Liam Martin, pathetic. I think as well, Queensland just dominated. They were all over Cleary's ace.
They wanted it more.
What were your thoughts on it there, Skip?
For me, I think first 15 minutes, obviously, very tight contest. But the injection of Pat Kerrigan off the bench changed.
It was insane. Holy
hell,
what a game!
Run for 198 metres.
Oh my god.
60 minutes. On debut.
Was it? I was going to say, was it his first game?
Debut.
Oh my goodness. Runs with myself. Anywho.
I think selections that New South Wales made, obviously having no front rowers off the bench. Junior Polo is probably the only one there that is a prop. Cam Murray, like you said, should have started the game for me. Liam Martin, if I'm Freddie Fittler, I'm not picking him. He's not
pathetic.
He's not an Origin player.
He's not an Origin player. Ryan Madison, again, in good form for club, but he's not a front rower.
And he's a cat for not signing with the Dolphins.
Yeah, but for me, I think Munster.
That was my next point.
Is class.
I don't think. He was the reason Queensland won. If he wasn't on the field, New South Wales would have had a decent shot, but oh my god.
He's too good.
He was unbelievable.
Valentine Holmes, another
superstar.
Great performance.
Cracked.
A few tries saved. Along with the ones he scored. He was unreal. Che Evans controlled the game. I think across the board, Queensland were far better. Selwyn Cobbo on debut.
He played
mean.
His pickup for that try to set up Dane Gagai, that really turned it around for them. That momentum shift.
Yeah, and because that ball from Ponga was just an absolute. Because
Pearl.
you thought he messed up the pass.
Yeah. No, he
was,
meant it.
Yeah, it was a left side shift there.
I would have Stags just get it. He doesn't do enough even at club level. Herbie Farnworth kills him at club level.
Isn't he English?
He is English, but Herbie Farnworth kills him at club level.
Oh,
he doesn't do it. He doesn't go looking for the ball. So I wouldn't have had Tony in there at all. I would have probably, if I was obviously picking the squad, I would have had Stephen Crichton over the top of him and had Nico Hines on the bench as a genuine utility player. That's something.
And then if you go to
that
they don't show the reserves, but the full team list, how does Joseph Sawali get in the naming, how many people?
The extended squad.
25? How does he get in and Adokar doesn't? Are you serious? Are you kidding me?
That's another thing I wanted to talk. You had Queensland through those 8 years where they were winning, they were picking on loyalty and form, and Dan Gagai, when he was playing for the Knights, he wasn't always playing the best at club footy, but when he put on that Queensland jersey, he just turned it and went to another level.
And
That's the
obviously,
same with Adokar. You need to keep these core guys together. Nathan Cleary, Luai, Adokar.
obviously Latrell Mitchell's injured, but
Yeah, and Turbo as well. But get that guy in there. He's got experience. He knows how to win.
and obviously
Get him on there.
his regular season form is going to be isn't going to be as good as his Melbourne Storm days because he's not playing with a stacked ass team. He is still the man. And he scored a hat trick and he still didn't get named? Come on now. Ridiculous. It's got to be some sort of something going on with Freddie again because... Anywho, which would... are we done recapping Origin 1? Because I feel like that's a good segue into Origin 2. Teams. Again, Adokar not in there. Who have we got here? Jake Trbojevic. He should have been in...
Should have been in
game one. For this bum here, Tarek Sims, get out. Jake Trbojevic should have been in. Anywho, what other changes? I haven't really. Matt Burton, is that his debut?
So that's not. But Appy's actually starting.
Starting?
Cook. Cook's
Yeah.
on the bench. But yeah,
Which is right because Damien Cook's a good player, but he played like shit the game one, and
Appy deserves his selection. He's been the better of the two.
Appy's the man.
I like this selection. Matt Burton at 4. He's got a good kicking game. You can go out to him if they're obviously targeting Cleary. Jerome can drop
Facts,
back
actually.
and you can go to Burton with a good kicking game because he can put up some good bombs.
Just compare. Liam Martin is in the starting lineup again.
I do not like that choice.
Liam Martin's
Liam
really snuck
Martin.
in there again. Wow. But Tarek Sims not in there. I'm pretty happy to see
I'm
that.
also very worried about this. They've got 7 Panthers in there. They're playing good, but would you have all 7?
7, Jesus Christ, they do too.
They're all in the starting squad as well.
Yeah, because he's moved up.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have Liam Martin in there. That's a big thing. Also, Talakai off the bench. I think he's going to get found out. I think he's going to get gassed.
You reckon?
Yep.
I don't think he's...
What is he? Is he a centre?
Yeah, centre.
Centre, second row.
I think they'll
top
bring him
bill.
on in the middle and try and use his size, but we all know Origin footy's a lot quicker than NRL.
Yeah.
For me, he's
He's
way
not
out
the
of
guy.
his league.
You reckon?
Yeah.
He's
Definitely.
been going crazy though with the stats, hasn't he? I've only been
It
seeing
was that one
posted
game
in it.
against Manly.
Yeah,
and
a couple of good games.
And it's a career game for him. He's
Apparently.
really he's gonna get the max contract next year. Though.
Queensland here, I think they're actually stronger for having Tino in that starting squad.
Isn't
That
it
starting position.
Wasn't it the same?
No, so Xavier Coates is out. They've got Tuolangi there. I think obviously Coates he was playing
Injured,
better footy,
yeah,
but he's
yeah.
injured, so you have to put Tuolangi there. He's playing good footy. Tino's
Yeah, I mean-
in that starting squad. Who else?
Tino started at prop for them. Lindsay Collins came off the bench. So I think this squad that they've picked, obviously, Ruben Cotter, Tino moves to lock. Lindsay Collins starts up front with Jai Arrow coming onto the bench. For me, they'll probably get stronger.
Then
with
game
that
one?
starting- Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
starting.
my God.
Dryar's got that experience. Cotter, he's a smaller body, but Tino at lock, he can ball play.
I think the biggest thing for Queensland, obviously only having to make 2 changes through injury and bringing Jai Arrow back into the side after losing his spot in game 1. He's obviously going to be very hungry to perform, play well and keep his spot for game 3. And Murray Tuolangi, the start to his season this year has been incredible for the Cowboys, and I think he thoroughly deserves his opportunity to play Origin.
He has been insane. I seen that. Was it that try against the Titans?
Yeah.
I think that was just pathetic on the
Magic
Titans' behalf. But anyway, what else we got here? Felice Kafusi, Dolphin, the man, absolute. I think the best forward in the league. Actually,
Goated.
I was joking, but a screaming hot take. Where is my guy? What's it called? Kickout. Is he not eligible?
No, he's Fijian.
So he can't. He does not play
he's
Origin
not
at all.
eligible, No.
Hot take, best forward in the league.
I think that's a very
No.
cold take.
That's a screaming hot take. That'll turn a lot of heads.
It is, and it's turned my head, and I do not agree.
Yeah, my head is turned, but the wrong way.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
agree.
I think
I rate
the
the
best
shit out of
forward.
him. Oh, actually, but I don't know if it's because he plays outside Luai.
He's on that.
On that side.
Yeah, he's not.
But,
I think so.
Yeah, oh my god.
No.
He is just the man. Oh my, every time he breaks it. Then he throws in a lazy kick here and there. I just love the shit out of him.
Best forward in the game, James Fisher-Harris.
Best forward in the game, kick out. You reckon Fisher-Harris?
Yeah.
Wow,
There's not too many
Okay.
people I'd put above him.
Well, it depends. Are we saying best back row in the game or best forward? Because if we're going off mid forwards,
It's Fisher.
there's a few that I'd rate above kick out.
Back rower then?
Back row, I
It's-
still think he's the best in the game.
Is Yoga back rower?
Yeah.
Back rower.
11, 12, 13.
Even back rower, I'm going with that guy there, Cam Murray.
I'm going Liam Martin.
I'm going Tarek Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tarek. And
To be fair though, Tarek Sims
he played well
went back
last
to club. Yeah, went back to the club last week. For the
Turned
game
it on or what?
and absolutely killed it. Played lock forward, got through a mountain of work and absolutely tore up the Rabbitohs. I think he was near best middle on the park.
But that,
Again, I don't agree with the selection game one, and I don't think he should be there for game two. But he did play good footy
Yeah.
last week.
Alright, Origin 2 predictions. I'll start to my left here.
Just a quick score. Obviously, winner, score, man of the match, and anytime try scorer.
So winner. Obviously you can see New South Wales die hard right here.
Day 1 as well.
I think they get over. I think they get over just for the occasion. They need to. It's game 2. They've got to win. I think they get over. Score. That's a toughie. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored at Perth. There was previously. I'm going to go 24-16 to New South. What else? Any time in man of the match. Man of the match. If they win, I believe it's going to be off the back of Cleary's kicking game, so he'll probably get man of the match. Either him or Tedesco get man of the match. And anytime try scorer, I'm going to go after debutant Matt Burton. I reckon he crosses.
Matty Burt.
Yeah.
I'm going to go... Well, after game 1, I think Cameron Munster's just going to absolutely obliterate the Blues again. But the inner blue in me, I have represented New South Wales in Junior Rugby League under 14s. I played New South Wales. The half... I reckon Blues will win 12-10.
Tight one.
Very
tight, low scoring contest.
Yeah, low scoring contest, but anytime I'll go Toto anytime and man of the match Tedesco because he's a freak. He plays good even when they lose, like last game. So yourself, mate.
And I'm going to go Queensland. I think they win comfortably. Another good week in camp with Billy Slater, Cameron Smith, Jonathan Thurston.
That's unfair as well. Get out.
You've had your time in the sun.
You won 8 straight. Piss off. Go home to your kids. Greg Inglis, Billy
Miles.
Slater, Nate Miles, what's the other one?
Jonathan Thurston.
Jonathan Thurston. You've got kids, go home.
Kepper.
Go home.
Kepper.
Is Kipper in there too?
No.
Oh my god.
Kepsy.
Please,
I think
just
another-
leave us alone. I'm
another
sick of
week.
these legends. Honestly, anyway, go.
Another week in camp with those guys. I think they'll be too strong again.
It's
I
becoming All Blacks-esque. Like, they've really... Before all these fellas come in, the Queensland jersey is held up on a pedestal now, just like the All Blacks is, because of what they've done to it. And they're just really instilling that into them, I could imagine, in the camp. And it's annoying. And that's... Goes back to Coach's point over here. Why are we not... Look, I want a dynasty or bust. New South Wales, I want 5 straight minimum. Because they had 8. I want 5 straight, otherwise it's pathetic. Fittler, get a spine and pick them every year for 5 years. Oh my god. And did New South Wales win last year?
Yeah.
What are you up to? They won last year. Picked the same team. Sorry, anyway. I'm really just cutting you off here. The emotions coming out. Anywho.
Yeah, I think they win comfortably. I think it's 28-10
Oh my god, what a hiding.
Sunny weather in Perth, 5 o'clock. Good day for footy over in Perth. I think Cameron Munster and Caleb Ponga kill the Blues again. I think Burton, although he played well at left centre for the Panthers last year, I think he gets caught out today. I think Dane Gagai has a field day. My anytime try scorer is the man himself, Dane Gagai. I think he crosses. And I think the man of the match, I'm going to go a bit of off the cuff. I think Tino Fa'asuamaleaui is going to be the man of the match.
Oh my god, well, the eyes are all on Munster, so maybe he'll get the shining light.
That could be a good point for the Queenslanders though. They're going to target Munster. You got Cherry
Like
Evans, Ben Hunt, Val Holmes.
They can turn it on.
Cobbo, Ponga. They got a lot of strike.
But they do have to, I swear to God, shut Cameron Munster down because he was a freak. I don't care. Let anyone else do something. Anyone. He was unbelievable.
I think the thing for Queensland is that wherever Munster goes, they're going to put more numbers there, which
is a bad move.
Which is, you want to number up, and I think putting more numbers where Munster is only a positive for Queensland.
Open
You've got
up the
another
rest of
guy
the stack.
at fullback, Caleb Ponga, who is an absolute freak, who can do anything.
Yeah.
And you see in game one, Cameron Munster was terrorising the Blues, but the tries that Queensland scored come off the back of Ponga. Playing eyes up footy, went down the short side, put Cobbo away, who then kicked for Gagai. He then went down the short side again and he put someone who was a Val Holmes, he put away down the sideline, he scored. Just off a simple, he caught twice, both times he caught a front row on the short side. Yeah. And it's just, they are so clinical. There's like Ponga, Munster, Cherry Evans, Ben Hunt, and then you bring in Harry Grant off the bench.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like for me, the Blues have Tedesco who runs and he tries all day. Don't get me wrong, he's a freak, but he doesn't create too much. Cleary's a linchpin in that side, and if he's getting targeted like he did in game one, which I think he will again, if there's no pressure taken off him, if the Blues middles don't lay a platform for him, they are gone. If they lose the first 20 minutes, they will not win.
That happened in 2020. They targeted Cleary. What happened? They lost game one. Yeah, they came back game two, but they did the exact same thing game three. And if he can't get his good kicking game started, it's game over.
And Ponga as well. How's he been this season in the regular season?
He hasn't done too much. The Knights obviously struggling.
Yeah, and
he's got no one around him. But
that goes to the point of same with Addo Carr and Queensland picking on. What is it? Not picking on form, picking on
loyalty and experience.
Loyalty, exactly. Obviously, the Knights suck, so he's not going to be good. But then he, again, Origin steps up and it plays well
because it means something.
Why don't New South Wales get that?
For me, this might be a bit of a controversial take, but for me, Luai's not the 6.
Oh wow,
who would be your 6?
Luai is not the 6. For me, he doesn't offer anything. He's good at Penrith.
Yeah,
it's club football when they're killing club teams. Yeah. This isn't club footy.
I can't even remember what he did in game one, to be honest.
Exactly.
So who is your number 6?
My 6 for New South Wales is Nicho Hynes. Big body. He's not even in the side.
Oh my
Big
God.
body, runs the ball, kicking game, can pass, good support player. Again, defensively he's solid, but he offers another point of difference for New South Wales that they just don't have with Luai. Like you'll see tonight in tonight's game, Luai doesn't go looking for the ball. Everything that happens
comes to him.
It's the same for Penrith. He's got Cleary and Yo who do all the hard stuff for him on the inside, but then he doesn't have Viliami Kikau. Who's running that outside? Yeah. Who's taking the numbers away from Luai and the outside backs, Taylor May and Tago? It's Viliami Kikau. It's not. You're not going to get that from Cameron Murray. He's going to get here, quick play the ball, and he's going to be solid for 80 minutes and make 50 tackles. But both those back rowers in Cam Murray and Liam Martin, if I'm Queensland, they don't scare me.
Is White in the 6?
Whiten is a 6, but I wouldn't have him as a New South Wales 6.
He's a good New South Wales centre.
For me, Jack White's a perfect 14. He's obviously not there because of COVID, but
that's right. I was wondering where he was.
He would have held a spot at centre.
That's why Burton's in, right?
But I definitely think that Nicho Hynes needs to be in that 6 jersey. And Luai, for me, Fittler's picked his side based on Penrith and how well.
It's crazy, eh?
You look at that. There's 7.
But like I said, this isn't Penrith playing the Bulldogs or Penrith playing the Storm.
Yeah.
This is Penrith playing
A
Queensland.
stacked ass
The
Queensland
best
team.
Queensland
The best of the
game.
best. And these guys are all in form, and they got their tails up after game one, and I can feel it, that they will come out, and they'll weather the storm for 20 minutes, and then it's game over. Munster and Cherry Evans will kick them into corners, and it'll be...
Do you reckon the fact that they, that they have that chemistry there, that's obviously why they've picked it?
Yeah, 100%.
But
New South Wales have always done that, and I don't understand why, because in the past they picked... The Bulldogs were going well, and they picked Hodgkinson and Reynolds.
Yeah.
The Bunnies were going well, and they picked their halves. And the combinations, right? Combinations are a big part in representative games. But you look at that Queensland spine. Not one of those dudes play together other than Queensland. They've never played together other than Queensland. And like Harry Grant's obviously he's played with Munster at the Storm, but Cherry Evans and Munster don't play together unless it's for Queensland.
Yeah,
or Australia, which is hardly ever. Ponga doesn't play with any of them. You look at that side, we've got what? Knights, Broncos, Cowboys, Knights, Cowboys, Storm, Manly, Roosters, Dragons, Raiders,
Completely different.
Broncos, Storm, and the Titans.
What the hell? And
Like they are picking the best players in their best position.
Yeah.
Like Talakai, what are you going to bring him on for? He's not a prop.
Who would you have in that jersey though?
For me, the changes I'd have in it, it'd be Tedesco, I'd have To'o and Addo-Carr on the wing. At the moment, my centres would be Crichton, and I like Matt Burton's selection, but I don't think he's going to do what they want him to do. For me, the centres have got to be genuine centres, and I would have Stephen Crichton, and I would have picked Tony Staggs again. Even though he did nothing in game one and he was terrible, give him another week in camp. Get him across what you want him to do. For me, he sat out there and did not have a clue what he was doing. I don't know if he knew what his job was or what, but he would have been my other centre, and get him involved. Like I said, Hines and Cleary need to be 6 and 7. I agree with Haas. I think Coruscant's a genuine 9. He's obviously starting tonight, which I think is a positive for them. Jake Trbojevic up front. Cam Murray.
I love it.
Cam Murray at 11. Obviously, my other back row, I would have had Kieran Kilomatangi from the Bunnies. He would have started my other back row.
Instead of who?
Instead of Liam Martin.
Yeah.
Isaiah Yeo at lock. And then my bench would have been... I think you've got to have Cook there. Cook's got to be there. So I would have had him. I would have had Dale Finucane. I would have had Junior Paulo. And I would have had, as my last, a guy who can play in the back row or up front. And I would have picked him in game one. Haumole Olukwatu from Manly. I don't know how he doesn't make the side. He's the informed back rower.
And didn't they?
He's killing.
Wasn't Tupou only in game one to shut down the Queensland's aerial attack? Why is he in game two then?
For me, because he didn't do a bad job. Don't take anything away from Tupou. He ran for 190 metres and carried well from his back end, and he always performs, and he's a threat in the air as well. But what I can't understand is you put him there to stop Queensland's aerial threat. Queensland never kicked high.
Yeah.
They don't need to because they know what he's there for. But the other thing, and this is what I don't understand, it was Xavier Coates was marking Daniel Tupou, which is a fairly even contest in the air, I believe. Coates went off in the 10th minute. They never once kicked to him.
Yeah, so...
You had Valentine Holmes on the wing with Kurt Capewell at centre, and you did not use him. What is he there for? To carry out of the back end? Addo-Carr can do that.
Yeah. That's why I think my guy Addo-Carr should have been... even in this game, I absolutely cannot believe it. But any other... So what was that? That was supposed to be predictions. We went off on a bit of a...
We did.
Bit of a tangent there. International games, we'll quickly scream through this. Thoughts on the international games? I didn't really catch much of them. Obviously, I was at work, but...
I think it's a huge positive to get that win under the Kiwis' belt before the World Cup. They've played... They killed Tonga. Obviously, Tonga don't have genuine halves in there right now. I think...
Who was their halves? Staggs was in there, right?
Staggs. So the name's Staggs in the halves. But he's not a half. He's a
What's
centre.
with this half centre, like with the white and Staggs? What are we doing?
I don't know. But once they get to the World Cup, I think Tuilolo here is going to be their 6.
Where is he now?
He's in the UK, but
Oh,
you obviously can't call him back
they didn't bring him
for
out
one
for one game.
one weekend of footy.
True.
Because they'll still be playing over there. So I think he comes in, he makes them a better team. But Kiwis, that spine of Manu, Hughes, Brown, and Brandon Smith, that's the
record breaking.
It's one of the best spines that the Kiwis have had in a very long time, and one of the best squads they've had in a very long time. Everyone is in form. Everyone's playing well.
It's the first time where I've watched the Kiwis and thought,
there's a
they
chance.
look really good.
And do you like Dylan Brown at 6?
I love Dylan Brown at 6. I think for the first time in as long as I've been alive, we've finally got two halves that'll run the ball.
Who's the other one?
Jerome Hughes.
Jerome Hughes.
Jerome Hughes
He's
for me
a run-
is the best running half in the game, and Dylan Brown's probably up there in the top 3.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he has Jerome Hughes has a good kick. There was a kick there last night. He's kicked it down the field early, and it's tumbled into the end goal. And Skip said,
Who's Deacon? Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
Skip said, if this sits here, this is going to be the best kick that I've ever seen. And it's
Sat right up.
back spun, and it stopped
Yeah.
right before the dead ball line, and they've trapped him in goal and got a drop out off it. So he's a good kicker. Brown can kick. They both run first. They just need, I think, a genuine utility, because I don't think Foran's that guy.
Yeah, that's the one selection that I don't think moving forward we pick him for the World Cup. I don't think.
Well, who's got that spot instead?
For me, I'd go with. There's probably two. So I don't mind Britain Nakora, but if I'm picking my side for the World Cup, Foran's not the 14, and Britain Nakora probably doesn't make my side on the bench. Everyone else I like. I think for me, we need to go with someone who can play a bit of 9 in the halves, somewhere in the backs if needed. And I think that with Joe Manu, obviously, can cover anywhere in the back line, anywhere in the halves. I'd take someone like Timothy Martin in my World Cup squad.
Yeah.
Who we can bring on if we need for Brandon Smith, who can defend a little bit in the middle. It's Timothy Martin for me, or Jeremy Marshall-King. I don't know how Jeremy Marshall-King didn't make the 25. I would have him in there as cover for Brandon Smith when we go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
But Scott Sorensen for me has got to be in that 17. If he's selected in the squad, which he is, he's got to be in the 17. Other than that Joe
I'm just looking at these numbers now for the first time. Those three went crazy. Dylan Brown, Hughesy, and he doesn't play fullback.
No. So for me, like that, this guy is the most talented
Joey
player
Manu, by the way,
in the NRL. He is the most talented player. He can play anywhere, and he can play fullback, centre, 5'8", and you know
he's going to do his job.
He's going to be near the best player on the field, and he was last night by a mile. He ran
398 metres gained.
So that's the most ever in a
game of rugby league or what?
Yeah.
There's only one other person who's run further than that, and it was Tom Trbojevic in the under-20s game, which I don't count as being. This is a guy playing international football, running for 400. He ran for. That's actually incorrect. He ran 32 times for 404 metres.
So he's got an extra over 400 metres. What's the other than turbos? What's the next below that?
It's him again. So he ran 373 metres again, playing fullback for the Roosters, filling in Tedesco.
Get him in the fullback. Get him in that number 1 jersey.
The thing that he.
Tedesco's there.
Yeah. So
that's why he's
playing centre, but he's an elite centre.
How crazy
That's what you get from Joe Manu.
God. For me, he is one of the top centres in the game, and then you put him at fullback, and he's
the best centre in the game.
And what's his contract like? Do you know his contract?
I think he's about 800k.
No, but like when's his contract up?
I couldn't tell you. 2024 maybe.
I think he just extended in the last year or something.
I need him on the Dolphins right now because he would be that that guy. Eh? He would be the franchise player.
He'd be the fullback. For sure.
Yeah.
But for me, he is at the moment after that performance, he's that good. I said before the game, I don't think Jordan Rapana should be there, and I'll take that back now. He absolutely killed it.
Did
he? Yeah.
I talk so much shit about him.
And so do I. It's like Queensland. He put on that black and white jersey and he went to another level. Dylan Brown on debut.
Was that his
2 tries?
First game?
One line break assist in 91 running metres as a 6. I don't know how he's a top performer. He did nothing.
He played mud.
But the Tongans just got out-muscled.
How did my guy Jason go?
He was pretty much trying to go. It's
He ran the
hard.
ball, but their middles got bashed. Like
Yeah.
like for me, I looked at the starting forwards and I thought Tonga would match the Kiwis.
So did I. It looked
Yeah.
stacked.
For Noah Blake, Takiaho, Jason Tamalolo, and then you've got Koloamatangi and Tupanua in the back row.
And they just
They got
Quiet. It's a quiet night for the Tongan
they got
forward
run
pack.
over the top of Jesse Bromwich, James Fisher-Harris.
Nelly from Welly.
The best front rower in the game by far
Fisher.
is James Fisher-Harris. And it's not even... Payne Haas and Fisher-Harris, but for me, Fisher-Harris is the best prop in the game.
you almost scored a like 50, 60 metre try
It was unreal.
off the run.
Joe Tarpanay, again, career best form this year. He is playing unbelievable. I think
He's Raiders, right?
he's Raiders.
He's a Raiders
Like,
prop.
these guys are turning up week in, week out for their clubs, and like I said, in career best form. And it's probably the first time that like 2008 we won the World Cup. That was for me. That was a fluke.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it was.
But I look at that Kiwi side, and if they all stay healthy and they get into camp for a month, they are going to be hard to beat.
What about Samoa, Cook Islands?
I feel sorry for the Cook Islands. no first grade, or hardly any first grade experience. Samoa should have won comfortably. They ended up winning 42-12.
Yes, so I've got the half-time recap here.
42-12, but again, I think they scored 3 tries off interceptions. There was a period there where the Cook Islands were really, for 30 minutes, rolling through Samoa, and it's just lack of experience. They didn't have those big game players that could get them across the line, but Samoa, I think, started the game off fast, but after the first 15-20 minutes, they were terrible. Anthony Milford is playing probably the worst footy I've ever seen. he's honestly,
He's not a...
he captained them last night, I think just out of experience, and he probably played the most tests, but the Samoa, with the side they put out there, should have won by more than that, and coming into the World Cup at the end of the year, I think they will be a genuine threat there with the side that they could produce.
Norfoluma with a lazy 4.
4 tries,
Lazy
obviously,
4-piece.
2 intercepts, a couple of tries that
Taylor, he's a
easy.
freak.
Taylor May.
Of course he gets a
unreal.
lazy 2.
I think Isaac Tago was good. Josh Schuster,
He is
a freak.
He's the guy.
He is a freak. 3 try assists in the back row, 2
Jesus
line breaks.
Christ, yeah. And what's the go with the eligibility? Could he play for New Zealand or? Which again is another thing we want to dip into. But
I believe he could.
I don't think he...
I don't think he would. I think
who would he play for?
he'd play for New South Wales and Australia.
Oh, he would, yeah.
I think. But I think come end of the year he will play for Samoa in the World Cup. I don't think he'll make Australia.
And he won't want to play for New Zealand. Because once you play for... How does it work? Once you play for New Zealand, you can't play for Australia? Or what? How
Yeah,
does that-
top 10 nations you can't. So I think
Which
at
is
the
what,
moment,
just England?
England, New Zealand, Australia, possibly Tonga. I'm not sure if they're tier 1 at the moment.
Yeah.
I actually don't think they are.
They
They're tier
are.
2. So then you got your tier 2 nations that if you don't make tier 1, you can drop back and play in the
So
tier
it's
2.
Tonga... No, pretty
Tonga,
much.
Samoa.
We've got a comment on this one. We're just on Clarkie's rugby league column. Milford had the ball on a string tonight, organised the attack really well and had some massive hits in defence. What are the thoughts on that comment?
I disagree. I don't think he had the ball on a string at all. I think he was.
It's
think
quite
it's quite-
poor
yeah.
kicking wise.
Right. He's an NRL half, and he's playing against a kid that's playing New South Wales Cup, and he had a ball on a string. I don't know what string it was on.
And
and this guy, he's a centre.
He went to another level. I think
He played well.
177 metres is
Isan Masters.
at 6, captaining his country. Put his cousin over for a try in the corner. He played some really good footy. I think he was probably Cook Island's best. Alongside.
And then what about Ruben Rennie? See, I don't even know these people.
So New South Wales Cup player. Obviously, he's played a fair bit of New South Wales Cup, looking for opportunity to play in the NRL. I don't think he went too bad. I think probably the 2 young kids from the Broncos, Brendan Piakura and Xavier Willison, were probably the next best for the Cook Islands. Involved in everything.
Anthony Gelling.
Anthony Gelling obviously offloaded a fair bit. I cannot stand him as a
Ex-Warrior.
player. He's just gross.
The GOAT, the ex-Warrior.
Alright, now last international game, PNG versus Fiji. What are our thoughts on this one? Lachlan Lamb. Who's his dad?
Adrian Lamb.
Adrian Lamb.
Who did he play for? Bulldogs?
Played for the Bulldogs and played for the Roosters.
And then he went over and did he play
he's
for Wigan?
Yeah, and he's coaching over in the UK at the moment.
How is he? How is he of PNG descent?
His father
As far.
was Papua New Guinea.
Oh shit. Anyway, thoughts on the old match there, Coach?
Lachlan Lamb and Olam killed them.
Justin Olam.
It's
I seen that try down that sideline.
It's very hard. It's hard to compete in a footy game if you don't have a genuine halves to actually do anything. They didn't have genuine halves.
Who was their halves?
Kevin Nagama and
this fella.
no.
Oh, Fiji. Yeah.
Kevin Nagama and I don't know who the
Kevin
other guy
Nagama,
is.
yeah.
The number 7, but they don't look like genuine halves. They didn't know what they were doing. They weren't organised. Fiji's fullback, this guy here, Taruva.
Sunia Taruva.
He's the MVP for Fiji. He's so good.
Get that guy to the Dolphins.
And he's
We
not
want him in
getting
the
a
Dolphins jersey.
Guess who he plays for? Penrith. He's behind Dylan Edwards.
So he's not even getting time on
He's
the
not even getting
New South
time
Wales
on the
Cup,
field.
is he?
Yeah.
So he played well.
Milne.
Kane Milne. I don't rate him at the Rabbitohs, but for Fiji, he played well last night. He played hard. He was playing 13 instead of centre. I think.
How do you
he
say
played
that
well.
one? Penioni. Tagatuima.
The hooker, I think he made something like 60 odd tackles or something. He got 52
That's
at one stage.
ridiculous.
But yeah, Lockie Lamb he played out of his skin last night.
I think the big difference for that game is obviously the halves. You spoke about Lockie Lamb just before, but Kyle Labour defensively shut down Kikau.
Yeah. Big
Fiji's just big physical halves that kicked well, and that's probably the difference in the end. And for Fiji, obviously without a lot of their stars, but going into the World Cup again, going to be massive threats. The likes of Campbell Gillard, the Saifidi brothers,
To whose?
to Fiji.
They can all
Campbell
play.
Gillard?
Yeah, they can all play.
Oh
out
my
Sims.
God.
Corbin Sims, the Saifidi boys.
Ruan Sims.
Yeah.
Sims is.
I think they're gonna be a real threat. Brandon Wakeham, I don't know why he wasn't selected, but for me he's got to be in there. The little half tried hard, Massima, the halfback, but again he's just a New South Wales Cup player. He showed last night that he was
destined for New South Wales Cup.
He was a New South Wales Cup player, and that's all. But I think PNG had a lot of heart, played well. Big front rower, Mackenzie Yeh.
Off the bench. He
Was
played
unreal. For me, he was probably one of their best. Lockie Lamb was probably the best. And obviously I think he's player man of the match he was, but Mackenzie Yeh up the middle.
Mackenzie Yeh,
off the
Capridge.
bench. Yeah. So there's a lot of guys that I think it's good. Obviously playing guys that play New South Wales Cup, Queensland Cup, and international like this, and get an opportunity to showcase to NRL sides what they can do. I think Mackenzie Yeh took a big step in the right direction for me. And if I was
Getting him in a Dolphins jersey or what?
Oh, I don't know how old the guy is, but even if he's mid-20s or late 20s, still just showed what he can offer off the bench. But the guy that I think would have got the most out of last night's international performances is the fullback, Taruva.
Because is he Q Cup?
He plays New South Wales Cup.
Oh, New South Wales. Who does he play for? Penrith?
Penrith. Behind Dylan Edwards. Dylan Edwards is only still young.
Oh, yeah, surely get him a contract at the Dolphins or someone.
Get him a
Anywhere.
contract anywhere.
Because
He
he's a
needs
fullback,
game
right?
time.
But who would need a fullback?
Well, the Bulldogs. Bulldogs need a fullback.
Dolphins.
The Dolphins could use a fullback.
Anywho, time
Little. Sorry about
No,
this,
you go,
guys.
you go.
A little bit of a feel-good moment I've got right now for PNG.
Coach's feel-good moment of the week.
A little bit of a feel-good moment. David Mead pulling on the PNG jersey for the last
One last time. Oh,
He's
my goodness.
announced his retirement and he's got a try for it.
It just it really brought a few tears to my eye.
Very good international player. Always wore his heart on his sleeve for his country and he's played real well. So
Oh, meaty.
yeah, I think it's good that he's given some of the young guys opportunity. But congratulations, David.
Who does he play for?
Winnermanning Seagulls.
Yeah.
Queensland Cup.
Yeah, he hasn't
Currently
been,
signed with the Brisbane Broncos, but
obviously he's not going to get the chance over
yeah.
Coates or
Coates.
Oates, sorry.
Coates.
Collar. I was thinking of Collar and I said Coates.
Coates, the Bronco player.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll wrap it up there. We'll start to wrap it up. But I've got a little surprise for you guys. An absolute treat. My little segment, we're going to be called the 3 cap multi. It's where we construct a 3-leg multi, 1 leg each, and we'll see how we go. So,
Are we putting the bet on?
I will be.
Okay.
Shall we put it in? Should we make a?
I think for
bet with
me-
your mates thing, and do that.
I don't even know what that is. I can't do
It's on
sports
Sportsbet.
bet. My sports bet account is.
I've got sports bet. Oh,
So
no, you can't.
I think what I love that idea, but instead of doing 1 leg each, I think we do a 3-leg multi each. So you do a 3-leg multi, you do a 3-leg multi, and I do a 3-leg multi.
But that's not the 3-cap multi though.
It is.
'Cause-
Because I've got 3, you've
'cause
got
it's
3,
9.
and you've got
Yeah, and no, because
Nice.
we're all chipping into the multi. Otherwise, because we can go on and do our own multis whenever, but we're all here together. We're all here now,
Okay.
and we're all going to contribute to the.
Okay.
We'll put it
multi.
through. I'll get my sports bet up.
Yeah.
What are we
I don't
doing?
have my phone on me. Obviously, we're filming on the phone here. So you want to grab the first leg? It was the easiest.
Are we doing Origin?
Origin tonight, yeah.
Okay.
State of
What's the first leg we want? Are we doing all try score or we
Anything.
Just pick your leg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any
Dick.
leg.
What's your first leg? Oh, you got the phone?
No, I've got mine here. I can.
Are you gonna go off yours?
I'll just get.
Yeah,
I'll just have a
you
look,
put
see.
it in
Oh,
on
okay.
your phone, and we'll.
Do you know what you want to pick, or
I'll
Obviously-
wait till you.
obviously we'll be a little bit prepared next time when we know what.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit. I've sprung it on them. It's a
Yeah.
last minute surprise,
So I
but
haven't really thought
on the
about-
fly, if you will. Because like if you pick any time try scorer, then and if I like he can't pick any time try scorers, things like that. So
You're gonna be kinda,
and then next time we'll go from this way.
Yeah.
First leg, have we?
Have we put it in?
Am I jotting it down?
Yeah, jot it down. I think. I know I've said it's going to be a blowout. And I can't remember what I said the score was going to be.
24-10 or something like
I
that.
was like, I don't know,
28,
yeah,
it was.
it was 28-12.
38 points
A thrumping.
total.
How much?
I'm going to go with a bit of an opposite to that, and I think the first
he's going
half
back on
points.
his word here.
No. I still think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I think the first half's going to be a lot closer.
So my first half points.
First half points under 18.5, and that's paying $1.83.
Points under. What was that? 18.5.
Under 18.5.
Okay.
All right. Now
What
I'll
do
go
you-
my leg. Let me just get the teams up here because I'm a lazy any timer. Oh wait, where am I?
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on. That was game 1. See if we can get game 2 on here.
Just go to draw. Come up straight away.
Alrighty.
Okay. Who do you want, Keith?
Yeah, I'm gonna go an anytime try scorer, Cobbo. Oh, actually, how much is Cobbo paying? Because we want
Let's
to.
have a little look. See.
He's probably paying $1.01.
$2.30.
$2.30.
Yep.
Cobbo in there. Cobbo anytime.
I don't know if I'm gonna go anytime now.
All right. Last leg.
Ooh. That's the thing though. Do I go in any? I'm feeling a lazy.
Anytime as well. Wow, we.
I'm gonna go with the opposite team.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll stick by my guns. Matt Burton.
Matty
I've
Burton.
predicted him
You guys said that earlier in the podcast.
and he's paying $2.75. So
Matt Burton.
that's our lazy three.
Right,
cap
how much is that paying in total?
Are
Did
you putting it in, D?
No,
No, am I putting it in?
You said you were doing it.
Sorry,
Bit of
guys.
miscommunication there, sorry guys.
That's on behalf of me.
So first half under 18.5.
Where's that first half, Johns?
Was that point market? So I don't
First
even know
half
how.
markets, first half points. How much?
Under 18.5.
So all up, that is paying $13.75.
There you have it, your 3-cap multi for this week. So was it 18? 13? 30.
$13.75. Are we power playing? That is my question. Because I have a power
Power
play.
play it.
$15.25. We'll just mark that off. And how much you wanna?
That is value, folks. $15.25 is your 3-cap multi of the week. We'll see. We'll check in next time. This is now the 3-cap book, by the way. We'll check in next time, see how we went. The old lazy 3-legger. But anyway, that'll be the episode. Any last things we want to touch on before we wrap this one up?
I don't think so.
No.
We've really covered a lot of the topics there, but
We've really covered Origin. Really give it a good shout.
yeah, that I'll be sure to be drilling into Freddie Fittler if the Blues lose next episode, and we might touch on the All Blacks next week as well. Anyway, Thank you very much for watching. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Really appreciate you taking the time to
Thanks, mate.
come out here. Yeah, we're going to be the biggest podcast in the game.
Number one, if you will.
YKTL, we're coming for you. The one with Den and Kemp, you're a bum. We're coming for you.
Matty Johns and Kepper, we're coming for you too.
We're coming for you. Anyway, alright. Sweet as. We're done. Thank you for watching. What an absolute fucking
What a
clinical
master
performance.
class. It's not recording.
I was waiting for that because Santino didn't come check.